Here's what's coming up on today's show. We're still on Fangio watch. Vic Fangio has yet to sign his contract as the Dolphins defensive coordinator. Should we panic? I'll talk about that here in a second. Then we're going to discuss the possibility of Mitch Trubisky coming to Miami to be Tua Tagovailoa's backup. And then he's not the only quarterback we're going to talk about. NFL analyst has linked Derek Carr to Miami on the day Derek Carr is expected to be cut by the Raiders. Fun show coming up right now. Dolphins fans, welcome in to Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott, back in the Chat Sports Studios. Good to be back. Producer Nick Roloff, you happy to see me? It's been a little while.
Oh, it's always a good time to see Willie Fins.
It's good to be back in studio after a couple days. Willie Fins is Willie flu, but I'm feeling much better now as we begin with some Dolphins news and rumors, a loaded rumor show here today. And we begin with this. We're still waiting on Vic Fangio to put pen to paper on his deal to become the Dolphins defensive coordinator. He agreed to a deal with Miami about 2 weeks ago, but we are still waiting on that deal to become official. And a lot of Dolphins fans are panicking right now because of this news that just broke. Adam Schefter reporting this. Cardinals are finalizing a deal with former Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon to become their new head coach. Sources tell ESPN the last head coach opening of this hiring cycle is being filled. And Nick, of course, Fangio was a consultant with Philadelphia this season. He signed a 2-week contract with them to help them for Super Bowl prep. So Fangio's still technically on staff with Philadelphia. Is their DC has a vacancy now? Should Dolphins fans be a little bit worried?
I will say, I thought it was a little fishy when a report came out before the Super Bowl that he signed a 2-week contract with the Eagles to help them prep for the Super Bowl and Kansas City. And then, of course, he was announced as he was going to sign and be the new Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator. I thought it was a little funky that he signed a 2-week contract.
That's very weird. When he was already a consultant, I don't really understand why he had to sign the contract.
That's how I felt. Was he like working as a consultant, not under contract, and then they wanted to make it official because of the Dolphin stuff? I think that is a little strange. Surprised to see it, and I don't want to panic the Fins fans out there, but it is a little fishy, no pun intended.
That's good, Nick. Well, here's what I don't understand is that we were waiting on Fangio to kind of complete his Eagles responsibilities, and we all expected him to sign yesterday after the Super Bowl. So Shane Steichen, the Eagles offensive coordinator, he's been hired by the Colts. That's official. Jonathan Gannon, their defensive coordinator, he's been hired by the Cardinals. That's official. What are we waiting for here, Vic? Sign the piece of paper. I really hope the ink is dry. I hope he's already signed it, because you are going to start hearing speculation that maybe the Eagles will go after Fangio if his contract with Miami has not been signed yet. I'm not saying to panic yet. I'm not saying to panic, but as producer Nick Roloff just said, something is very fishy here. Very interesting. But I want to know what y'all are thinking, Dolphins fans. What's the panic meter level with Vic Fangio right now? Scale it 1 to 10 down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, take advantage of it and comment below. Scale it 1 to 10 down in the comment section when ad break comes. Let's move on to our next topic, talking about the possibility of Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mitch Trubisky coming to the Miami Dolphins. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN said this: Trubiksy is a name to watch in the coming weeks. The Pittsburgh Steelers would like to keep him, but his $8 million salary on a $10.6 million cap hit is steeper than usual for a Pittsburgh backup. Miami could be a good fit for him, as the Dolphins need a capable veteran behind Tua Tagovailoa in case concussion issues persist. Taking a look at what Trubiksy did this past season in Pittsburgh. He signed with the Steelers thinking he was going to be the starter. He began the season as the starter before being benched for Kenny Pickett, the rookie first-round pick. Started 5 games, 7 games total, over 1,200 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 picks, and a 65% completion percentage. Go down in the comments. Let me know. Do you want to get Mitch Trubisky, whether it's a trade or signing if he gets cut? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comments section. Do you want Mitch Trubisky in Miami as Tua Tagovailoa's backup? Here's what I would say to that. There's just better options out there, right? When you take a look at some of the free agent backups think a lot of these guys are probably better than Mitch Trubisky. Jacoby Brissett's a familiar name. I don't think it's likely he comes back to Miami, but he had a good season with Cleveland. Jimmy Garoppolo, probably going to be a starter somewhere, but if he's a backup, he'd be a pretty good fit. Gardner Minshew, Mike White, Baker Mayfield, Cooper Rush, Sam Darnold, Bridgewater, maybe bring him back, probably not. Case Keenum, Taylor Heineke. So you get my point. There's a lot of good options right now when you're talking about free agent backup quarterbacks. Taking a look at what Trubiksy has done in his career. Second overall pick in 2017. Then played for the Bears his first couple of seasons. Then was the backup behind Josh Allen in Buffalo in 2021. Then this past season, he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, if the Steelers cut him, sure, I would not want to trade for Mitch Trubisky. Probably only have to give up a 6th or 7th, but still, I would not want to give up anything for Trubiksy when you have a lot of good free agent options right now when you're talking about a backup quarterback. But if they cut him, he would immediately become one of the best backup quarterbacks on the market. I would not mind Miami bringing him in if he gets cut. Be sure to subscribe because we're bringing you daily content even in the offseason. With free agency looming, the draft coming up in April, we're going to have plenty of videos. Going to get you guys a mock draft soon as well. So go down and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay in the loop with the Miami Dolphins. Moving on to another quarterback now. Derek Carr is expected to be released by the Raiders today. At the time we're filming this, we got 24 minutes till the deadline. He hasn't been cut, so we'll see. Ian Rappaport tweeted this. Expect Raiders QB Derek Carr to receive significant interest when his release is official at 4 p.m. today. But the veteran won't be in rush to sign. He's already visited the Saints, who are still in the mix, and don't be surprised if a few more visits follow a decision. So on Good Morning Football today, they were kind of reacting to this, and Peter Schrager was asked about Derek Carr's next team. Here's what he said. Miami Dolphins are interesting to me, and that sounds like a way outside the box thing. If I'm the Dolphins, I don't know what the situation is with Tua. Tua is in the final year of his rookie contract. He hasn't gotten that big deal. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm so close. My roster's so loaded. You bring Derek Carr to Miami. Are you not one of the favorites in the AFC? I really like Peter Schrager as the analyst. I do. But let's not act like DC is this elite quarterback that if you sign him, oh my goodness, you're going to win a Super Bowl. It'd be a downgrade at the quarterback position, quite frankly, going from Tua Tagovailoa to Derek Carr. Tua is the better quarterback. We'll compare their numbers here in a second. But I want to shout out my guy, Mike Williams. Great follow on Twitter. If you're not following him, he's a good follow on Twitter. Also a big supporter of the show. We appreciate you, Mike. Here's what he said in response to this. They don't do this to Kenny Pickett. They don't do this to Daniel Jones. They don't do this to Kirk Cousins. They don't do this to Davis Mills. They don't do this to Mac Jones. I'm really starting to question the media's agenda, and I think Mike has a great point when he says that. Why are we not hearing this with other quarterbacks? Why are we not hearing this with other teams? Whenever there's a quarterback that's out there and available, Miami keeps coming up. Even though Tua Tagovailoa just had this great season, he just led the NFL in quarterback rating, but you're still hearing names linked to Miami. I really don't understand it. It's not fair to Tua. It really isn't. Go down in the comment section. Tell me, who is the better quarterback? Is it Tua or is it Carr? Type 1 for Tua or type 4 for Carr down in the comment section. And I'm actually higher on Carr than most people are, believe it or not. I really like the competitive fire that he plays with. I think he's a great leader. I think he's a solid quarterback. But he's just not better than Tua Tagovailoa. Taking a look at the numbers here. Tua played in 2 less games. His completion percentage was better. He threw for more yards, threw for more touchdowns, far more interceptions, and the quarterback rating was significantly higher. I don't really think it's that big of a debate. Tua, when healthy, is the better quarterback. And again, no disrespect to Carr. I think he could go to a team like the Saints and have a lot of success. But does Miami make sense for Derek Carr? No, it doesn't. It's just wild that we're still hearing the quarterback rumors, even though, Tua's out of protocol. He's healthy. He says he's coming back. The Dolphins say he's going to be the guy, but just part of it. DV, Dolphins versus everybody. Go down and subscribe if you're all about the Fins.